Burnt stick. A young boy of 8 with an Atlanta Braves cap shielding his manicured bowl cut, a pristine white t-shirt, and light blue jean jorts was positioned between two responsible adults in a made-for-three canoe, marveling at the unknown artist's miraculous painting in the underside of the bridge. The blue graffiti eyeball beside the artist's work in no way degraded the woman's artistic vision, the boy thought. The unknown artist, a slumped-shouldered woman in black jeans, half-drenched from the Cumberland River water, later spray-canned down and bowed to the fishermen behind him, the herd of tubers to their left, and to the boy captive between the two responsible adults. The young boy stood and applauded. The canoe rocked. "Zechiriah, sit down. Look at that garbage painted on the wall. We should call the police, Father, and have her arrested." Father grunted. Father lifted his paddle from where it anchored them and allowed the green canoe to drift with the current of the Cumberland River, with his wife, Getum, at the rear and his son, Zechiriah, in the middle. Zechiriah is an odd kid, Father thought, as Mother launched into another sermon about graffiti misdemeanors, laws, and how the criminal justice system protected decent people from hoodlums. "Did you see what she was wearing, Father? I mean, honestly, wet jeans and that black bag for a purse? Homeless criminal!" Getum pounded the front of her bright pink life preserver vest with her soft hands, careful not to break any of her new bright cherry red fake nails or scatter the glitter outlining the name Getum, Getem, tattooed across the front. The boy doodled on the inside wall of the canoe with a small stick with a burnt end. The stick had come from the campfire the night before. As Zechiriah sat outside, mesmerized by the flames, his parents engaged in another cycle of holy matrimony inside the made-for-three tent. First came throne pillows, then smoochie time, as they called it, then 15 minutes of silence, then go to hell. Likewise, a pause, a mosquito-repellent canister striking Father's cheek, a slap, a, quote, "the other campers will hear us." Silence. The campfire glowed, then sounds from the tent faded. The young boy reached into the coals and pulled out a burning stick. He lowered the ember near his bare thigh beneath his Spider-Man drawers. The flame singed several white hairs. The smell fascinated the boy. The heat fascinated him as well. He wondered what it would feel like if the flame actually touched his skin. Then the clouds parted. A bright white moon emerged and cast a spotlight across the campsite. The event stole the boy's attention from the fire. He stared at the moon. The moon stared right back. Then he stared at the cluster of stars beside the moon, and he wondered what their names were. The boy drew a circle in the dirt, then a handful of dots for stars whom no one would teach him the names of. Later the rain came. Zechiriah tucked the now warm stick into his right jort pocket and crept toward the tent. Inside sat a large Smirnoff bottle beside a 12-pack of empty Miller Lite cans. His father's bare chest rose and fell with each snore. His mother turned left and right, this way and that, even while sleeping. And Zechiriah found himself sandwiched between two sleeping ogres, also known as his parents, inside a fresh red sleeping bag from Bass Pro Shop that served as his only protection against the elements and his family. "What are you drawing there, Zechiriah? Stop drawing." "Father, tell him to stop." Mother's voice pulled him back into the canoe. Father rubbed his forehead. Father began, Zechiriah, whatever you're doing back there, just stop. I don't feel like hearing about this all day from your mother. Excuse me, Mother said. You don't like hearing about what? How dare you talk to me like that, especially in front of my son? Our son, Father shouted. The vibrations of his voice echoed across the water. Coward. Son of a bitch, Mother replied. I'm not listening to your mouth today. Zechariah quietly slid the burnt stick back into his right pocket. Then he stood. The canoe rocked. He removed his Ar's life preserver and jumped. Mother screamed. Father grabbed his paddle, and the current immediately seized the canoe and carried it downstream. The boy swam to the muddy bank and climbed onto shore. His jorts were now a darker shade of blue. He walked upstream toward the bridge. By the time he reached the embankment, he could no longer hear his mother threatening consequences to him. The river had carried them too far away. The boy climbed the bank, walked past the blue graffiti eyeball, and took the artist's work all in. The colors, the shapes, the impossible fact that somebody had looked at a blank wall and imagined something worth making. Zechariah reached into his soaked pocket and pulled out the burnt stick. Careful not to interfere with the master artist's vision, he drew a perfect circle, the moon. Beside it, he placed a handful of dots, stars whose names no one had ever bothered to teach him. The boy sat down upon the embankment upon completion and admired the mural, the blue graffiti eyeball, the moon, and the stars. Then he waited for the police to come. The end.